But billions of dollars spent on misinformation will force you to believe that you come from these people and not from these people. It takes billions of dollars to do it, but they did it. That is why you have to go and examine the credibility scale. You have to see what makes it obvious. You have to see what's obvious as opposed to what's constructed. This is constructed to make you believe that you don't come from this man. You come from these people. Why? These people have a history that is nothing royal, noble, substantial, something to be proud of. These people have a noble, honorable heritage that you would love to be proud of. And this is where you come from. But they don't want you to have that belief that you come from a proud, noble people. They want you to believe that you come from servitude, ignorance, uneducated, non-cultural, no history, nothing. These people, their history supposedly began on the slave ships. And that's where it started. And it goes no further than running around loose in Africa with bones in your nose, swinging from trees like monkeys, and then we civilized, the whites up here, look at this white one up here, whites captured you and civilized you and gave you order, organization, and gave you servitude. They want you to think that this is no more than your history is no more than that. Now, the American Negro, or Negroid Indians, were transformed from these proud people to people that were struggling for identity. That's why they called the Black Panthers. They weren't called Israelites, because if they knew what their history was, remember that was taken out in 1887 by the books. 1888, they took the book, the good book, which is the Bible, and they took out in 1888. They took out the Apocrypha, which told you where you came from. If you knew where you came from, you would know automatically that you are a bloodline of this noble Indian Crow chief, and not a slave that was brought over on a slave ship from Africa and had nothing to be proud of. These women, these people, these men and these women on this slave plantation have nothing to be proud of, according to the white man. But guess what? They don't know their history either. That's another lesson, though. So you go from being a proud nation of Ohlone Indians to Indians that are, they know at this point, they know that they're Native Americans, but they're not. By the 19th century, their identity was being squashed out. By the time you get to the 20th century, you go from knowing who you are to don't knowing who you are. These people don't, all they know is that they're black. They don't know that they're Israelites. They don't know that they're Native Americans, but they live where the Native Americans lived. They have features just like the Native Americans, but they believe that they come from these people from Africa. That's what $1 billion will do. Now, here's another person who knows what she is. That's Chaka Khan. She knows she's a Native American. That's her real hair. Everybody thought it was fake, but it's not. But after Chaka Khan knew who she was. She couldn't say it out public, but she knew who she was. And there you have it. These people look like this today. She looks exactly like these Indians. She does not look like the slaves from Africa. That's why. And that's when you have the facts, and we've used paintings, we've used photographs, and we've used documentation. That prove, like iconoclasm, we've used that. You can come to the obvious understanding that has, when it's obvious, it has tipped the scale of compelling to obvious. Once it goes from compelling to obvious, you tip the scale, you're at the tipping point. So right here, we know that we're at the tipping point. And the tipping point is somebody's lying. Whitewashed, original. Somebody's lying. Now, who gains from the lie? It's not the people who are lied about. It's the people that are doing the lying. The Negroid Native Americans don't gain from lying about what they look like. However, the people that stole your identity who are now gaining the benefits, they benefited. Those are the ones that gain from the lie. Not one of those looks like any of these Native Americans. But that's what you have. That will conclude our lesson today. All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And we'll conclude this lesson.